Welcome back everyone to another Hearts of Iron 3 update, playing as the United States. I'm in the war now. The day of infamy for me came in February 7th, 1941, so just like everything in this alternate universe, everything started a little bit early. Even the fall of France, as I said, happened in September of 1939. Our last video was in, I think, September of 1940, but here we are. I'm in war, and this is actually, it hasn't, like, maybe 2 weeks into the war for me. I have gotten a lot of successful convoy raiding in, so that's really nice. The Japanese have offered themselves up as a willing sacrifice for my naval experience, which is very slowly starting to rise. And that's going to be nice for me to just really become extremely dominant. Now, my officer ratio is finally just about up to the max. You can see how much I emphasize research efficiency. I've gone ahead and researched a 1943 tech, and I'm finishing it early 1941, which means it's been on the research plate for probably 2 years straight. I feel like the United States is one of the very few nations who can get away with doing this, but it's going to propel us even further ahead in our tech advantage. And so it's easy to do multiple things in parallel, but this actually helps you get each individual tech done faster, which is why I feel it's so important to try to grab. Okay, so that all being said, I wanted to bring you in at this exact moment because this is the first conflict of the war. The first time we've sung some convoys, which really, I mean, there's guns being fired there and all that, but this is the first real action of the war for me. It is a massive naval combat. So fresh off of my overview of Atlantic Fleet, here we are. We are engaging the German fleet. They have, I think this is 2 battle cruisers, yeah. So they have the Schleswig-Holstein and the Schlesien. I'm not sure if I can, Schlesien. Probably not going to say any of these right at all. The Graf Spee, the Admiral Scheer, and just a destroyer and even a submarine snuck in there. They are going up against a pretty potent navy, and the moment I realized that we were being engaged, I have just up here I'm able to see from the overview of the combat. So I think this is like very early on, maybe the second hour of this conflict. They definitely have an effective positioning advantage on us because they have a smaller fleet, and that's the advantage. But my battleships are in position and are firing, and that's all you really need, right? So it looks like the Savannah is taking a few hits, light cruiser, but my main battleships are engaging, and that could spell disaster for them. On top of that, I've decided to launch my naval. I brought a naval wing over, so this is how I name my things: theater, what it is, and the iteration. And we have the interceptors there, which I'm just sending out to cover for my bombers. So my bombers and my interceptors are going to be flying over to protect, and let's see if we maybe can't get a few kills. Alright, so that was awesome. I think this is Wolf, right? English, sorry. Well, he's a wolf. He's a sea wolf, but English, man, this guy has just been killing it. His experience already up to 20% from 0. He's been raiding a lot of ships. Pretty serious impact on the Japanese already, I would say. We've probably sunk about 10 convoys and 10 escorts. And let's see how things are going over here. Well, it looks like the British have foolishly tried to enter the battle. That's going to lower my fleet positioning, make it a little bit worse. But all my ships are getting up on the line and firing, and we can see the Graf Spee. True to history, it looks like she's going to fall. This is definitely not the manner which she was sunk in World War II, but a realistic outcome nonetheless. She's disengaging. What do we have? We have one of our destroyers has taken some hits, is pulling back. The Indiana has actually got a little bit bruised up, but is she still firing? No. So the South Dakota is firing. I'm probably going to have to increase my naval fire control and commander decision. These are so important for when you're actually engaging in surface combat, which sure is actually going to be more and more rare as the war goes on. Everything will shift over to carriers, but if I want any kind of advantage, I'll have to seek it here. So we are, in fact, actually bombing on top of all that, these guys. So this is awesome. Fantastic. I think this is going to go very well for us. And I actually just sent my Arnold very famous strategic bomber. He's known for, I think this is the guy who did the bombing on Tokyo. And, that was Doolittle. The Doolittle raid? Sorry. I apologize, Arnold. Well, I apologize, Doolittle. Anyways, I've sent him over to Hamburg. So we're actually already beginning our strategic bombing campaign. Now, he's the only strategic bombing wing I have over there, so it's not going to be a very dedicated strategic bombing, but anything we can do to limit the mighty German machine right now, we're going to try to do. She's not quite at war, Germany that is, with Russia yet, but I'm already preparing myself for a huge Lend-Lease program for the Russians. But this is going really well so far. Let's just keep following this battle. It looks like we've already sunk the Graf Spee. Fantastic. And now she's just down to the Admiral Scheer. We have one destroyer who took a severe licking. I should probably just preemptively start bringing up some reinforcements, which I have way over here, but no problem. Way over here. There we go. So let's go ahead and bring over 2 new destroyers. Probably going to need to cycle some ships in and out, but that's the strength of the United States. They have numbers in spades. Okay, now let's go back to this and see what else we can get done. Okay, their entire fleet, you can see, is now really starting to disengage. The Schleswig-Holstein is, wow, halfway to the bottom of the ocean. Their destroyer took some serious beating, and this is all being, of course, the damage is really being amplified by our naval bombers here. So that's pretty cool that we have sunk at least 1 heavy cruiser. And the good news is, yeah, okay, we have some severe damage to some of our ships, but I will, like I said, just cycle those guys in and out. The Indiana probably doesn't need to be cycled in or out, 80%. It's reasonable. We'll just keep her in port for a little bit. Very good. So there it is. That's the end of the battle. We'll go ahead and return to port for repairs, but they lost the Graf Spee. There she goes. Okay, very good. So now we'll probably want to disengage with our bombers and our they have done their job, and we need them to probably sit back and repair, regain some organization. Yeah, definitely. So maybe I'll have to cycle in another naval fleet here. In fact, that's one of the things I'll probably end up doing over here is begin my... You can see that Guam is extremely heavily defended. I have the perfect complement. I've maxed my airfield out. 2, I have 2 naval. Ignore the CAGs, because those are actually on this. If I do this, we'll get just the ones based. So we have, it looks like actually just 9. I have a tactical bomber ready to assault Saipan. We got a air superiority group, the Pack Fighter number 1. We have naval bombers, two groups, so I can alternate between doing convoy raiding with one of them, or maybe port bombing with one of them. And actually the TAC I brought up here, probably as soon as Spats finishes getting some organization back, getting the troops all rallied together, we're going to start bombing Saipan. And that'll be my first target. My first offensive will be to try to land on Saipan. I actually want to take these 2 first and then work backwards from there to the east. I feel like once you have these 2 islands secured, maybe Marcus Island as well, we definitely don't need to take Iwo Jima this early, but having Saipan and Guam as a great pair, they really support each other, so you can land a lot of air assets on these 2. Anyway, so the war has started off on a good foot for us, and that's obviously an important thing because we have a lot of ground to make up. You can see Japan is just pushing further into India, and again, they already took Australia, and Germany and Italy, they've taken all of the Egyptian area. So we have a lot of ground to make up, but we're off to a good start. So thanks for watching this update. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, this is just the precursor to my Italy one. So I'm just going to be doing these fun updates whenever something fun happens, like that naval battle and the sinking of the Graf Spee. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.